Welcome back to Bull Sessions here on 680 KFEQ. You can email your questions or comments to bull@willcross.net. Once again, here's Randy Baker and agronomist Brad Law.
Okay, we're back again. Brad, we're going to be talking to Steve and Luke here in a little bit. Focus on the farmers coming up. I had a person ask me for that email the other day at church. Did I tell you?
You did? Yeah, I think you did.
It's a good thing.
Oh, you want me to tell that email address?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, with our show here, if you'd like to send in a question, a comment, or maybe somebody to focus on, you can email us at bull@willcross.net, and we will take your info and see what we can do. You can call us even. That is 660-535-444. You can even stop there at the north end of King City and come in the office. You can find Randy behind the bulletproof glass or at the coffee pot.
Working very diligently.
Yes.
And find you at the front desk with your feet up on it.
I make a great receptionist.
Learning how to make popcorn.
Popcorn, yes.
Yes, I saw you do that this afternoon. That was good.
Anyways, but we're up there, and if you'd like to drop in, and maybe we said something on the show, and you're like, "Oh, what was that?" Or, "Oh, I stepped out of the truck and I wanted to hear that segment." Fire up the computer and hop onto YouTube, and you can type in Bull Sessions, Will Cross Bull Sessions, and you can find we've got over 60 videos on there.
You can get any segment you want. You don't
any
have
segment,
to
and you
listen.
can skip the stuff, or you just want to hear my list. You can go to the first segment. You say that wasn't worthwhile, so just go to the second segment. Pick the topic that maybe you want to see the one about soil testing, or maybe one about weed control, or and we've even got a
pattern tiling.
We've
had a lot of them.
Maybe some stuff about cattle.
We got more of that, all that kind of stuff coming up as we keep going.
Well, I think Steve's busy crunching some numbers, and I crunch a lot of numbers on the farm too.
Yeah, you do.
And with the test plots, we're busy. We're not filling out tax forms, but we're filling out plot sheets, and we're looking at a lot of plot data. And I wanted to share some with everybody. And of course, I have a bunch of plots out at the farm.
Bunch.
And then we do some.
You oversee a lot too.
We little traveling show there that we go about 3 hours in all directions with just the plots that I'm involved in. And we're looking at, and in the front yard on the beans, I kind of split everything with kind of the early stuff and then kind of the meat and potatoes of the later stuff, kind of the fuller season that we like. Well, because when we think about shorter season beans, well, maybe you want to plant wheat. Maybe you want to plant a cover crop. Maybe there's something going on that you just want that little bit shorter season. Maybe you just say, well, I want to start cutting beans before, I want to get on beans and get done with them.
Some big producers that plant lots of acres of beans, they
start early and keep going. Well, we looked, and one neat thing we do, this is the way I like to do the plot, is when I plant a plot, I like to put all the maturities together, regardless of their technology. So I can put a 3.2, or let's say a 3.7, a 3.7 conventional, a 3.7 Roundup 2, a 3.7 Liberty Link, and a 3.7 Glide Tolerant bean, all side by side. So then if you want to look at a 3.7 maturity, we can walk to one part of the plot and compare them.
Got them all.
So you can kind of look and see, what's going to fit for your operation. So when we were looking at those 3.7s, we've been planting 3.7s ever since I was little.
Yeah.
That's just kind of around King City in northwest Missouri. That's just kind of a maturity that I like.
Yeah, southern Iowa.
Even southern
Iowa. A little bit of Nebraska, Kansas, it works.
It works. Well, we've talked about that 3.7 Liberty, 1137.
It's been a rock star for years.
It has been around. It's been tried and true over here. It came in at 63.1 bushel in the plot.
Okay.
So I was very pleased. That was second place, though.
Second.
I think it was Nellie that said 2 is not a winner and 3 nobody remembers.
Yeah.
Okay. The number one bean was the 7379.
Yeah. Yep, been around even longer. Than that Liberty.
Okay, it came in at 63.9. So not a huge difference, but just a little bit. And I know a guy that planted all of his non-plot acres to that bean.
I do too. I'm looking at him.
And he was pretty happy with it.
He was very excited.
I didn't know Miles planted any beans.
I don't think he did this year.
Oh. Maybe he
I
would.
ate some.
You ate some?
I count.
That counts.
Not
Doing
really.
my part.
But, we look at that and we see what's going to work. You know, we look at the Liberty bean. You think about Liberty beans. Okay. One of the things I ask people, if you're going to plant Liberty beans, are you running the sprayer or your sprayer guy? Are you going to run 20 gallons of water?
That's got to happen.
That's got to happen. Because if you run 20 gallons of water and spray with banker's hours from 9 to 5 and the sun's shining, you're going to have good luck with Liberty.
We have to use this new technology the way it's designed to be used, or it's not going to work.
And then we look and we go back to the glide tolerant. Okay, you don't want to run 20 gallon of water. That seed's a little bit cheaper. Got an awesome seed size on these.
Crazy, 3,300 this year.
So what is that, like 165 in a 50-pound unit?
165,000 seeds in a 50-pound unit.
So if I plant those at 120, how many acres am I getting per bag?
A lot.
A lot. So that's going to drive my seed cost down.
Extremely far down. And then the price of that seed has went down this year from last year even.
It has?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. I think I'll plant them again, Randy.
I know you, yeah. And you've done a good job on them, too. They yielded good for you, and they did for a lot of other of our customers as well. I don't know what to say about them. They work every year.
Well, and that's one thing that, you go something that's tried and true, that you know that, this bean is going to work for me. And we look at the management. For me, I took the money I saved on seed, and I got a little more aggressive on the pre-herbicides. I went after it to clean that field up where those weeds, that water hemp wasn't emerging, so I didn't have to worry about trying to kill it post. So that's just a different management thought that I was working on, and it worked out very well for me.
Good.
I was very pleased with it. And one thing that I thought was pretty cool, we had 3 Liberty beans in our plot. Okay, in the early plot, we had the 1535, which is a 3.5.
Correct.
It come in at 60.8.
That works.
The 3.7 was at 63.1. And then we had a 4.1, the 1441, come in at 60.4.
They all worked.
So all Liberty beans all yielded 60 or better.
That's awesome.
So, that's exciting.
That is exciting, and that's good yields. No matter what you say.
And different technology. And
yes, we had a lot of good rainfall this year, but, like that 3.7 has been around. I remember in 2012, it was the greenest beans in the field, and it done better than anything else.
Well, and it won the plot last year at my place.
Won last year.
And that was planted late and it was planted in mud late and still went 60 bushel or so. And we had a new conventional bean in the plot this year.
We did.
We had a 9634, which would be a 3.4 conventional black Hylam.
Yes.
And it went 62 too.
Got your attention, didn't it?
I know. That thing looked good all year long.
I know you had commented quite a bit about it.
Well, and if you haven't been out to my place, I go along my driveway on each side, and we're about 350 feet off the road because the wife picked out where we built our house. And so we put it in the middle of the bean field on top of the hill. So you've got this driveway, and then on each side of it, we've got one side's got corn and one side's got beans, and I turn the planter right there at the end of the driveway.
Right.
So there's all these rows, so every 4 rows at the end of my driveway is something different. So it makes it nice when you think about how many times do I go in and out of the driveway? Well, at least twice a day. Well, if you walk down to the mailbox in the evening with the kids and walk back, you get to walk and look at everything in that plot. And then you can kind of see like, oh, I see this, or oh, that one's kind of lagging behind, or oh, that one, I really like this about this bean. Like I saw there were some beans in the plot that would be better on 15s or 7.5-inch rows.
Yep. You made that distinction this year.
You
and
can
it's
see
something
that.
we want to tell people.
So we can place these beans so our customers have success with them.
Yes.
And we think about that bean. Why doesn't he want it in wider rows? Well, with the 30-inch row and a bean that doesn't bush out
Yep.
is more of an upright. Well, that bean doesn't shade the row. And when we don't have that row shaded, then we get weeds emerging.
Yes.
So we manage that bean different. Well, a lot of people plant in 15-inch rows. A lot of people drill their beans. Very few here are 30-inch rowing them. So then we evaluate that bean different. We place that bean different for them.
And some of those, like you said, they are upright, very good yielders, but they just need to be in a smaller row spacing.
Like one upright bean would be like 7416. It went 56.3.
It's a 4-1 maturity.
4-1 maturity. Okay. We had... lost it.
What'd you do? You lost your place?
I lost my place, Randy. You've got me all flustered.
You're nervous, aren't you?
There it is.
Don't be nervous.
It's 73.66. It was 51.8.
Well prepared.
I know. You're going to make fun of me now.
No, go ahead.
I went all that work, and you're going to make fun of me.
No, I'm not. I want to hear your reporting.
I'm going to turn the page. That side of...
That's good.
I'm going to go to a different side of the page.
Well, while you're turning the page, we've come upon time to take another break.
All
good
right.
paper sound effects on that, by the way.
Thank you.
Those were good,
Maybe
weren't
we
they?
can get Steve Luke and get some real numbers crunched here in the
Maybe we
next
can get him here in a minute. And that's exactly what we plan to do when we come back to more of Bull Sessions on 680 KFEQ.